let's start here with some Sentry Hawk, huh? I need to get boosters for our Sentry variant so we can eventually ink him. Although he doesn't look bad. The red background's kind of slick. I've got one Sentry split, so we're infinite off of being able to get ink on him. But someday I believe. Uh-oh, is the tracker having some problems this morning? Ha! Alright, hold on, let me restart Untapped and see what's going on with that. Check for updates. The tracker is also not working for you right now. Oh, restart looks like it did it. Do I want to Viper the hood across, or do I want to beast the hood and get another demon? I think I want another demon. What deck did I cross the finish line with? This one. Yeah, I did 97 to 100 with this over the weekend. Ooh, that's a fun one to get to do this into. Hey, what's going on, Sunshine? Thank you for the 44 months. And Sergeant Pepperian, 6 for the year and a half. Good morning, good morning.
Opponent snapped.
What's going on, Drax? 6 for the tier 2. Once Counter-Strike 2 drops, it'll be MIA for a little while. I played a ton of CS Source growing up, but Twitch, too old for Twitch shooters these days. Okay, obviously playing against Shuri, but they haven't played anything to stop Shang-Chi so far. I think I'm gonna goose up the middle. Am I? I think I'm gonna goose up the middle. I don't really have to worry about them killing our 1-drop, so we're not a Killmonger deck, so I can play these demons out proactively. I think I'm gonna chill on the other one for now because we may or may not be Shang-Chi-ing here. Okay, so we won the coin flip in that we were tied on board. They're up 6, we're up 6, but they have priority. I think I snap them back in Shang-Chi here. And now we gotta go because they're on She-Hulk, right? We just can't win. What's going on, White Pumpkin? 627 months. Jernzax, thank you for the 3rd of a year. How are you liking the newly buffed Sentry? So, if I'm being honest, I think the change to Sentry was a net negative overall. I think making him be able to die to Shang-Chi hurt the card. He's better in like exactly exactly when you Viper his -10 power thing across, but outside of that, he's worse than before, I think. Yeah, he's an alright turn 6 play. I like snapping here on the beast drop. The Central Park flipping up is also not terrible for our debris as well. But we'll get to Widow them, and then we'll get to Beast, pick all these friends up in the center. I think if they want to make Sentry stronger, he should probably just be a 3 energy play. Is likely the answer. Good on WND Butter. Thank you for the 5 months. Appreciate it. All right, they dropped a rock. Really wish I had my Carnage. They're probably a Killmonger deck. Well, ask and we shall receive, I suppose. Although, the way this is lined up now, I actually want a Carnage here, right? We could Shang the Sentry? Yeah, that's true too. I guess? I don't know, I guess it's bad into it's bad into that. Wait, are we winning the breaker? No, we're losing the breaker. Damn it, Twitch chat! Ugh! Damn it, Twitch chat. Nah, I should have played out the Carnage.
Escaped.
But I played. Originally, I was gonna play Carnage Demon. We end up winning that line. Is Jeff the Shark coming out today? He is not. In addition to the metagame being a little stale, they also pushed back the release of Jeff. There's probably a reason why I climbed with this deck off stream and not while we have Twitch chat here in front of me. Energath, thanks for the 2 months. Appreciate your ep and welcome back. Tomorrow is Snow Guard, like the least exciting of the releases.
Snap.
We're gonna pick up Snow Guard like we pick up every new card on release, but my assumption is that it's not going to be particularly useful or exciting. Twain Acquire, thank you for the half a year, welcome back. And Outlaw Racer, thanks for the 5 months. Eat these before we get to Bree going, I think. My assumption is that there will not be any over-the-air changes this week.
Escape.
Yeah, I assume they pushed back Jeff's release because they hit a bunch of bugs with it, and they need to fix stuff in a patch. They said starting in May for the weekly buffs. I thought it said through May, starting with the patch on the 18th. But maybe I'm misremembering. Yes, I also assume that Kitty Pride's going to be disabled until the patch on the 18th. That's a reasonable assumption as well. Well, our start here in terms of disruption is solid. Get to Widow into Korg, into Beast 'em all back and do it again. What up, Mr. Bip? 6 for the 40 months. It said weekly over-the-air changes after the 418 patch. Yeah, that's what my understanding of the situation was. They waved us out of making any plays this turn. That's funny. They also waved themselves out of another draw, which is great. I guess I could be She-Hulking here, but I'm not going to have space to do a whole lot more anyways, so let's just go ahead and do it. It's turn 4, so that doesn't really matter. Teenage Warhead is only playable inside of Daredevil Control in my experience. Was not impressed with her inside of any other shells.
Opponent snapped.
I'm gonna stay. Let's see what they do.
I am Iron Man.
Yeah, it'll do, pig. Cut them off of so many draws. You play any discard decks? I play some Modok on occasion. He's alright. We lose even without this, right? There's still 9, 12, 24. Actually, Adam, thank you for the 3rd of the year, an odd season with the 2 months as well. I forgot earlier in the stream I was retreating. We're actually gonna just not retreat for most of this week as well, because we hit a lot of bots while climbing to Infinite last week, and I'm a little concerned that we did too much winning too quickly, and I really need to avoid getting into the bot MMR hell.
Escape.
At least on the last year. I'm gonna skip games like this where we're obviously behind, but on the last turns of the game, we're gonna stay in a lot of spots we should be retreating to try and keep our MMR down. Am Cool, thank you for the half a year. Welcome back. And Porasquita, thank you for the 22 months. I think Bass is a good buy right now. No, it's dropping in a week and a half. Less than that, 8 days. Dropping in 8 days. Odd Season, thanks for ripping for the 2nd month. And actually, Adam, appreciate the 4 months. Let's go on Payback. Thanks for the half a year. Yeah, seems fine. Oh, this is the Thanos player we played a second ago, right? The sad part here is the Thanos deck is good because, like, I don't even get to win bar here, right? Like, they're a Reality Stone deck trivially. Yeah. Like, this is one of those, like, you look at it, you're like, oh, that's really good for us the way this worked out. but then you like think critically about it and how their deck works and how the game's gonna play out, and it's actually quite bad for us, because if I try and clean these out, my opponent just leaves it and I lose it, and if I don't try and clean it out, they just get to win it with Reality Stone in the last turn of the game. I guess New York changes the dynamic on that, but I guess now they can just Reality Stone New York. It's kind of shit for us either way, right? No matter how I slice it. That's a very common sentiment I see echoed in the community, that cards should be lower series based on power level, and I actually think that that is one of the most baffling takes that I see consistently in Marvel Snap, and I think it is one of the single most detrimental things they could do to the health of the game, is make cards cheaper based on perceived power level. I think it would actually be disastrous to do that to the game. Oh, it didn't undo it. I just clicked it at the same time that. Gonna be a long week. Well, it's gonna be a short week because we're not streaming a lot of Marvel Snap because of issues, but the 18th can't get here soon enough. I like how I give the opinion that putting cards in lower series based on power level, I think, is one of the single most disastrous things Marvel Snap could do, and someone in chat immediately pipes up that that would be a good thing for them to do. What is wrong with you people? The game's pay to win, but also you should make the stronger cards Series 5 and not the weaker cards. Fucking gamers. How's the meta right now? The worst it's ever been. Probably a Deathwave bot.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Going on, Awesome Saucinator. Thank you for the 21 months. Welcome back. That's fine. They killed the Blue Marvel, but we're gonna hit magic here now. Nice. Nailed it. Easy, easy game. Flip to my deck, Ironheart and Sarah. I'll do this, and then we'll play Mystique on the left, and then Sarah in the middle, or Ironheart in the middle. Yeah, this has been my preferred. This has been my preferred negative build for a long while now. Are you planning to return to more Snap content in the following weeks, or should we expect more variety for the near future? It really depends on how Second Dinner decides to manage their game or not. If I think I could have fun playing Snap for 40 hours in a week, I will stream 40 hours of Snap in a week. If I think it's going to be a bit of a slog to get through that much Snap content, I don't intend to make that much Snap content. I really don't like Slay the Spire as a style of game. I find single player card game stuff kinda, it's alright in short bursts. I actually, and I've shared this opinion before, but at the risk of alienating some people, I actually think Slay the Spire might be one of the worst in class for that style of game that you can play at this point. Got a perfect lucky low in Shuri last night. What's going on, Robo Snake Ape? I think Slay the Spire was basically the first of that style of game to kick off the genre, and it's very clear as someone who's anybody who gets upset by me hearing that, I would encourage you, I would ask, how many other card game roguelites have you played? Because Slay the Spire, like, kicked off and invented the genre and is, like, the classic that nostalgic people go back to. But I think if you, like, try a bunch of the other roguelite card games out there, almost every single one I've played that's released long after Slay the Spire is better, in my opinion. Like, I don't think I'd call Slay the Spire bad, but I just think it gets outclassed by other games of that same type that, like, have built on the genre and, like, learned from what's come in the past. No, we had a bunch of 70-degree weather, and I am very much tinted red at the moment. They snapped. Alright, it's whatever. Hang out. Elysium's not bad for us. Use some personal recommendations on deck building roguelites. If you go on my Jeff Hoagland YouTube channel, there are a ton of different things in variety playlists up there. I've played a bunch of them over the years. Yeah, Grifflands would probably be a standout. I think that one's quite good. Mr. Negative is a day late and a dollar short here. Better late than never, I suppose.
Mjolnir, to me.
Just get rid of New York here. Honestly, I might snap them back at this point. We have Mystique, Bishop, Angela in our deck. Got Valk teed up in my hand already, and Sarah. The Elysium is just so good for us. I played Hades. Yeah, I played through Escaping from Hades one time. I don't do, like, games like that on repeat usually. Do you love the Marvel Snap? The Marvel Snap, the Marvel Snap. Do you love the Marvel Snap? Your cards, they have no text.
Escape.
Thanks for the half a year, Enough by Chan. If Sandman, Galactus, and Leech all have the same text box still after the patch on the 18th, I don't know how much more Marvel Snap content I'll be making, and I don't know that I'm alone in that. They're all just incredibly exhausting, unfun cards. Galactus, Sandman, and Leech. All of my did my Marvel Snap session feel fun or like a chore is directly related to how often I had to play against those 3 cards. Is Shuri not included? I actually think Shuri, as far as design prints. Okay, you want what might be a hot take in some parts of the Marvel Snap community, chat? I actually think the biggest fucking problem with Shuri as a deck is armor and Cosmo. Like, Shuri's probably a little overtuned, but a big part of why that deck is as fucked as it is because of armor and Cosmo. Kara Dye, thank you for the 2 years. Welcome back. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, Shuri is strong, and it's annoying to lose to a really strong deck sometimes, but exactly what someone said there in chat, Shuri at least lets me play my fucking deck. Like, the only time Shuri stops me from actually getting to play the game is if I got by a Cosmo and I'm playing an unreveal deck. Like, just, that's a bit, like, for what it's worth too, like, and this is something I know people disagree with, but again, I play games for fun, and everything is about my enjoyment of the game. What's it called? Sandman, and just for different like metrics here, like the Electro deck and Galactus, like Galactus actually doesn't even have that good of metrics in most of the things you look at Untap right now, but it's not about the win rate or the popularity. It's about how it feels from an emotional perspective to play against. Is what it comes down to. The unifying theme seems to be cards that interact with you, but you can't interact with them. Yeah, it's a good take. I actually think Shuri, as far as play patterns go, is a fun, neat Timmy do the thing card, and I hope they don't massacre it too much. I hope she's still playable after they change her on the 18th. We'll snap this incredible bast here. What was it? 1, 5, 8, 11, -1, 10 power bast. Good to have you around, Dookies. Welcome back. I'm expecting Shuri to get turned into Big Forge. We'll see if they surprise us, but I'm expecting Shuri to be somewhere between +4 and +6 after the 18th. Nah, I think making Shuri Big Forge is fine. They could do something weird by like changing the positional on it too, but I'm expecting Big Forge. I just read your title. When was the last time you played Pokemon Unite? I actually hit Master's rank in Pokemon Unite off stream this season. I've been doing only Marvel Snap on stream because metrics for Marvel Snap are stronger than other variety games. But I just need to diversify a little bit for the sake of my sanity in the short term. So we're gonna spike some metrics into the ground and play some less popular games on stream. Yeah, people saying Shuri should give +8, you're insane. Shuri. She'd be like +6 at most. Probably 4 or 5 is still playable, in my opinion. Alright, so Mystique and Iron Man are our last 2 cards. Let's spread out a little bit and play for all the locations, I think. I want to end on Blue Marvel here. Or sorry, play for the right and the left, I mean. I want to end on Blue Marvel here, so that way if we draw Mystique, we can copy him. They could be playing Scarlet Witch, which is why I'm playing for Limbo on the off chance that, we need to be competitive there. All right, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, but I think we're gonna win the right. Teensiest possibility we're gonna win the right. So long.
Victory.
Someone asked earlier how bowling went with the kids on Friday. It was good. We got about 2/3 of the way through one game before the boys were bored and realized bowling wasn't really for them, which was longer than I was expecting their attention span to hold, honestly. My Crazier is bowling far more expensive than it used to be. You're not. It, what was it? It cost us $20 for a shoe rental, and then like $19.50 per half hour to actually sit there and play. It was not a cheap afternoon. It feels like we're ahead here.
Victory.
Yeah, and it's not like that was like during peak hours either, right? It was like half the bowling alley was empty on a Friday afternoon. So I imagine their prices are more expensive during busier times. Onslaught Citadel is generically pretty good for our deck. Do you have any black Kirby split cards? I don't. Oof. I played it a little off stream and it was really bad every time I played it touchpad. I don't know. Part of the reason why the deck highlights are moving to every other day. Oh, thank you, opponent. Part of the reason why we're doing every other day for deck highlights in the short term is because it's been a struggle to find brews into the current format that can be competitive. definitely believe in magic. And I think I snapped them because their storm being used means they likely can't get rid of the limbo, and they likely can't adjust the onslaught citadel either, so we're likely in a pretty strong position from here.
I am Iron Man.
Well, shit. Them pulling these down means that I can't mystique either of them. Usernames are not unique in Marvel Snap. It's very possible that someone else has the same username and whatever is due. I believe we have died. We didn't find the Mystique anyways. The Iron Man and Blue Marble here probably would have been enough to win it though. Yeah, Ironheart maybe gets us across the finish line there. If she wasn't buried. Luco, 6 for the 53 months. Welcome back. When is High Evolutionary supposed to come out? Yeah, not till the end of next month. It's forever away, like 6 weeks. It's so hard for me to, like, remember I said I was going to stay in for these games to take the MMR a little bit, because, like, retreating is just such an autopilot thing. Just, like, ingrained. MMR based on cubes or win-losses? Based on both.
What are the odds?
We don't know the exact formulas that go into what mattering where though. It's a internal thing they keep to themselves. I tried to play some Runeterra this weekend and kept looking for snap and retreat buttons. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna start tomorrow morning stream with a couple hours of Runeterra. I heard really good things about the rotation that they did. I think it's really slick that they rotated cards based on play patterns as opposed to just based on which cards are oldest. Lead Fan, thank you for the 3rd of a year. Welcome back. Never done Unite before. Would you recommend it to a beginner? And should you play on Switch or mobile? I think Switch versus mobile depends on what you're comfortable with. If you're used to APM games on mobile controls, the mobile controls are good. When when Unite does their competitive focus stuff, they have a mix of people that play on Switch and on mobile. I'll be playing on Switch. Lead Fan, thank you for the 3rd of a year. When we stream today, I'll be using the Switch version. I have no idea what our opponent is doing. Doom right beats us. It does, doesn't it? Wait, this beats Doom right, right? Alright, that's the line. That's great. Alright, you win bar Sinister.
Victory.
Other card games feature cards that kill hands. Magic the Gathering, I believe, is the only card game that regularly has a ton of targeted discard. Magic has a lot of cards that like let you look at your opponent's hand and like discard single cards. But like wipe all the text off of your opponent's hand is like a pretty Marvel Snap uniquely offensive thing.
Always lucky.
Any replacement for the Shadow King? Yeah, any playable 3-drop. Yeah, I hit infinite off stream. It's way easier to climb off stream. Not only are you not getting ghosted, but you're also just like not playing while distracted. I kept track of it for a couple of seasons, and my average cube rate when playing off stream is about 50% higher, or sorry, about 100% higher, twice as much than when I play on stream. All right, so I think Shadow King is worth tokens. Probably not. Honestly, it kind of feels like we're done. I guess we'll do this to try and stop an odd reveal here. This man. Give more benefits than Insight Chat has to offer. Listen, if you think Twitch chat is insightful and helpful on average, man, you really haven't been paying attention. Saying that Twitch chat is insightful is like saying, I'm gonna put the 10 correct answers to the test that you're taking on the board, but I'm gonna put them up there with 200 incorrect answers or 2,000 incorrect answers. And at the same time, while you're trying to figure out which of those answers are right and which of them are wrong, there's gonna be loud music playing in your ears, and there's gonna be flashing lights, and those right and wrong answers are gonna be moving around the board while you try and figure out which ones are right and wrong. I think it is a mixture of both focus and because of people not sniping. Because it's also like similar to like what all of you are doing at home when you play Snap a lot of the time. It's not like I'm sitting here with my undivided attention on Snap when I play off stream either, right? Like usually there's other stuff going on. I don't play. Chad, I'm a vegetarian. I don't have time to sit in the toilet.
Right on time.
Okoye and a Carmitage is solid. I guess giving them extra cards that have +2 power is not a great line. I mean, if they don't have a way to take the Elysium off the table here. We're past due for an ad break, actually. I'm gonna take a 2-minute breather.
Escaped.
Take a 2-minute breather. Afterthought, thank you for the 28 months. Welcome back. Mafia, thank you for the 3.5 years. Good morning, good morning. My loose schedule for the week is up an ! Schedule. And on my website, and my Twitter and all that jazz, planning to do a few hours of Snap. Hey, Happen, thanks for the 13 months, appreciate it. I mean, Tekashay, as a heads up, and I appreciate everybody that's here and subbing every month, but like, I'm an old hat at this. Like, I know you're newer to the channel for a couple of months, but like our big long time subs are like rapidly approaching 100 months. I've been partnered for 91 months. Been around the block a bit. Yeah, I know. Our channel hit a bunch of growth with Snap stuff, but like I've been on the platform for over a decade. This has been my full-time job for 5 years now.
Always lucky.
Are either Unite or LOR beginner friendly? Pokemon Unite's definitely easier to pick up as a spectator. I think Runeterra's onboarding is relatively good as far as teaching you how to play the game, but Runeterra is definitely a very complicated game. Pokemon Unite noteworthy is not a card game though, it's a MOBA. So think, what's the word? Think, you know, League of Legends or Dota, but with the Pokemon IP.
Wind, aid my hand.
I am Groot.
I remember when Twitch TV was Justin.tv. Yeah, my account's not quite that old. Big Cosmo here. Shut down a Jessica Jones or something. Can you explain why debris is in this deck? Yeah, otherwise you're just like dead to Galactus. Pretty solid bad dog. Snap before the Sarah flips up here.
Victory.
My account is that old. Survey says. Created September 29th, 2009. The Spooter Duder. Checks out. I think my account's from 2012. Yeah, May 2012 on my account here. Hey, what's going on, sellers? I appreciate the over 4 years. Welcome back. Morning, good morning.
What are the odds?
You know how old your account is. Moderators can see how old an account is by clicking on it in chat. It helps with knowing if someone's like creating accounts to get around things. The Jesus Fish sure says May 2013. Can anybody? I think anybody can click on their own, maybe. I don't know if you could click on other people's without being a mod. Actually, don't know the answer to that offhand. Hey, Scruff McGruffin, thanks for the 41 months. Appreciate it. I think we're just like Tempo Shadow King here. Not really gonna have a lot of texting in Surfer.
It's clobbering time.
Just not really feeling this deck. You know what I wanted to try? Someone had mentioned Patriot Surfer in the subs Discord over the weekend. I'm gonna check. So what does that look like? Sounds like it could maybe be okay. Go, net deck pass, Jeff. And we had 2 different builds we played. This is the build with Sarah. I like this one, or do I like the other one more? This other build more. A little bit lower to the ground. Alright, let's try this. Games. Zoranis, thank you for the 5 months. Welcome back. I don't know that I want to play Basta this. Maybe that's fine. I guess it's good with Brood and Mysterio. Thanks for the almost 3.5 Scruff McGriffin. 60% of the way to Shillionaire. It'll be cheaper by the time you get there. I think Limbo's good for us on average. We'll start with Kershaw. Wait for 3 months. Any significant changes other than the cards? People that aren't Series 3 complete get more tokens now. That was the change that they made. That's the one big difference, I would say. They have made economy adjustments. The person that asked, is this a viewer deck? I've never seen that before. I'm really not a fan of questions like that. If you want to ask a question about a deck or critique it, it really shouldn't matter whether it's a viewer submission or if it's something that I put together. I would ask that you approach your suggestions regardless with the same approach, so it's not really relevant. The people that are asking why not play Misty Knight there, we're going to play Misty Knight on turn 7 along with 2 3-drops. So there's no reason to commit her to an already cluttered board ahead of time. Nah, honestly, Maxwell, if you've got 3,000 hours in Dota, you'll probably be able to pick up anything and play it. Is there a particular type of MOBA character you like? People that have other MOBA experience usually run through stuff in Unite pretty easily. Your account says March 2012, Lady Macbeth. Great, we spiked the Patriot. So now we get to go Misty, Patriot, Mystique. And then this is 2 here up to 16. And this is 12 more up to 28. High movement. If you like high movement characters, you're gonna like a lot of Unite. Almost every character, most characters in Pokemon Unite have really high movement because the game is so fast. Most, I played, what's the word I'm searching for? I tried looking at and playing a couple of other MOBAs after, because Unite was my first MOBA, and most other MOBAs feel like glacial to play coming from Unite, where everything's pretty jumpy and dashy. How long does a game normally take? So, one of the things Unite does that's really great about it is similar to Snap. It has a set timer. So when you log in and start a game, the game ends after 10 minutes. So once you're loading, you know you're set for 10 minutes. So like queue time, character selection, load time, match is like 15 minutes. Am I playing Mysterio out here? I can play Mysterio out here. Yeah, we could try best here. If you're 100, please 1 cube. All right, sure. Sorry, I missed their username.
Escaped.
Should we try Bastion here? What would I cut for Bast is the question though. It only hurts Cyclops. You could do either, Dreaded Fisher. It's a free-to-play game that monetizes characters and other stuff. You wanna get rid of Shocker? Yeah, I could see getting rid of Shocker. Sure, let's try Best. Yeah, Genshin update should be sweet. I think I'm pulling for Baizu, maybe? Although I just finished building Shene and Seiyu, so I'm kind of looking forward to chilling on, grinding a bunch in Genshin for a bit. You want to choose Stature or MODOK for your own personal enjoyment? What you choose? I think MODOK is probably a more fun and more competitive card than Stature at the moment. We'll play some Discard today. I'm sure we'll get leeched a few times and be a little sad, but I think we can play. I like the Discard deck is fun when it works.
Escaped.
There is not a Marvel Snap patch until next week, which is why I'm doing a variety week this week. Their reset is like early morning US, Beansy. So we're gonna play a few hours of Marvel Snap every day on stream. We're also gonna do a couple hours of some other stuff. We're gonna play some Pokemon Unite this afternoon. That's why I've been talking about that. We're gonna check out some Runeterra tomorrow morning for the first time in a little bit for good things about their rotation. And then I'm not quite sure what we're doing the rest of the weekend. I'm gonna see how Unite and Runeterra go. Maybe we'll do some more of those or something else. We'll see. Thanks, Andy. Good to have you. I've been keeping tabs on Magic the Gathering, and it looks like Snapcaster Mage has been power crept out of Historic, like it's not playable there, so I don't think I'm gonna bother with that. Hey, Fats, thanks for the 5 months. Good to have you around. Fapping McFap, thank you for the 2 months. Oh, Twitch usernames. Oh, Twitch usernames. Is Runeterra a noob-friendly card game? I don't think Runeterra is necessarily hard to pick up the basics of, but mechanically, it's fairly complicated. It definitely has a lot more going on than Snap does game to game, which can be good and bad. Yeah, Runeterra's onboarding stuff is pretty solid. Can we win this? I think we can win this, right? We're like Mystique into Patriot in the middle. And then we like Cyclops, Wasp, Surfer, or Juggernaut. Surfer, Wasp. Yeah, obviously punting the Plunder Castle. We could get leeched. That's true. I mean, if they leech us, I still have a bunch of ability-less things that get bigger, right? All right, we need to win the coin flip here on the lockjaw. Nice. Okay. This is probably game winning, right? This is 8, 9, and then plus 12. Little leech brain there from our opponent. Play leech on 5. Hope your opponent leaves the game. Which is honestly one of the upsides to playing this version of Surfer is leech is typically good into Surfer, but the fact that we can get our Patriots down make us a little bit resistant to that, right? So if you gotta play a version of Surfer into leech, this is a pretty solid one to be doing. Hey, Karg. Thank you for the third of a year. Welcome back. Does Patriot boost cards have lost their abilities? It does, yes. Do season pass cards eventually get released for free? Yeah, as soon as the season pass ends, basically. The following season, they get added to Series 5, and then they eventually move down to Series 4 and 3. What cards are dropping to Series 3 next? You can always find what cards are going to be downgrading soon in my monthly tier list updates. My Series 4 or 5 tier list always cover which cards you could be expecting to downgrade and when.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Got me. You win the vault, I win the floating. Even dream. Yes, probably Cerebro 3 from the opponent. Not at all. Opponent is cooking. I believe we've died. This is 8 total, 12, only up to 17.
Escaped.
That's a nice one. We get a complete Pokemon origin story, like Pokemon Unite origins or like Pokemon the IP? Is the Bass Mysterio interaction broken? That's kind of a good question, honestly. Oh, that's second rude. Oh, priorities, something or other. There are a lot of bots playing this game. Everyone I play has the perfect last card of every... All right, This is,
Escape.
one, there are a fuck ton of bots in Marvel Snap, but two, your opponent having the perfect last card has nothing to do with them having a bot, being a bot. The number one thing that other people coming from other card games don't seem to get, and it's a huge detriment to them in Marvel Snap, is that in other card games, Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering, Runeterra, it is basically always correct to make your opponent have it. Meaning, if something beats you and you can't beat it, you're just supposed to pretend it doesn't exist and hope they don't have it. Marvel Snap is different than that for two reasons. One, in Marvel Snap, you get the option to retreat to mitigate your loss to save yourself cubes. Second is in Marvel Snap, in the average game, your opponent sees 75% of the cards in their deck. Meaning if your opponent's playing a Shang-Chi or a Killmonger or some other tech card that fucks your deck, and you think it's likely their deck could be playing that card, they are incredibly favored to have that tech card. If you can't beat a Shang-Chi or a Killmonger, you should probably be leaving on the last turn, not crying about the fact that your opponent had the perfect card to beat you. They're statistically favored to have the card that beats you if that card is in the output range of their deck. And things like Killmonger and Shang-Chi are tech cards that go in almost everything. In fact, Shang-Chi is basically in every non-Shuri deck right now. So if you're losing to Shang-Chi on turn 6, you shouldn't be upset that you got Shang-Chi on the last turn. They were a favorite to have it. You should just be leaving the game because they're a favorite to have the card that they should be playing into the current metagame. Bots indicate low player base or bad matchmaking. Yes. The matchmaking in Marvel Snap is, it's not great. I would describe the current matchmaking in Marvel Snap as broken on a fundamental level in a number of ways. And by broken, I mean it's working how they intended it to work, but how they intended it to work is kind of bad. Alright, we're gonna snap them here because we're filling the raft and we just have a ton of stats.
Victory.
Ah! We really need to split this storm again, shit. I need a good split on her. Why is Bascos Mysteria at 3 power copies? That's a feature. We don't really know is the answer. Hey, thanks for the third of a year. Death and Cross, welcome back. Is there a comparable percentage range for how many magic cards you see in a game? So, I'd wager the average game of Magic the Gathering has players see somewhere between, it's like 20 to 40 cards out of their 60. But the other thing to remember is that in games like Magic and Runeterra, you have multiple copies of cards in your decks, meaning even if you see half your deck in a given game, you could still see no copies of a card, right? So like there's more extremes in those games where you could have clumps of things, I guess is what I'm trying to articulate.
Opponent snapped.
Opponent snapped. Hand good. Good enough. Imagine being a better game with 15 card decks and no duplicate. It'd be a very different game. I think better is a strong word. Different would be my articulation. I'd juggernaut them out of the lockjaw. Yeah, we'll want to get Patriot down before they leech us, but they Mind Stone, so I'm expecting them to put 2 stones into Lockjaw here. Assuming they're not watching the stream. Oh, that's the good stuff right there. That's the good stuff right there. You got some free rocks here in the center for a Patriot. I'm sequencing Patriot last here so we can play some Mystique. Yeah, playing Shag or Shadow King in this deck is probably not a terrible idea. This is an old build that we started with. Before Shuri was omnipresent. Okay, so technically, we're gonna lose 2 power on this one and we'll be under, but Surfer gives us +4 here, right? We lose to a Blue Marvel? Oh, we could lose mid because of Space Stone. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but if they only get to play 1 card, he says, before She-Hulk beats him. Maybe they don't have the She-Hulk and we're good to go here. I'm staying. Can we get my cubes? Outside of She-Hulk, She-Hulk and Blue Marvel are the cards that get us here. Outside of those, I think we're doing all right. Did they play 2 cards? Maybe they did. Maybe it's just Blue Marvel. I think we're just like deep in the tank. Figure out which 1 card to play. Aren't we fine through well because of Surfer? No, I'm actually down 2 here because the real Mysterio is actually only 3 at the moment. My gosh. Brutal. Punished for not playing the Wasp out, huh? We played the Wasp out, maybe that works out in our favor. Oh, not every person taking forever to make their plays is sniping. As someone who climbed to infinite off stream over the weekend, most people just play glacially. The least important Mysterio is the real one, because Patriot makes the other ones bigger. So we'll stick the real one over here. Snap though. I think we're in a pretty good spot here. We get to Brood, we get to Patriot, we get to Cyclops, we get to Surfer. Yeah, there's the Mystique as well here. Did they remove Series 3 cards from the token shop? They did, yes. You just get the one free one per month, and you do not have the option to spend tokens on more. How does this Surfer list feel without Sarah? I think Sarah inside of Surfer is a little bit of a bait at the moment because Leech has been on the upswing again. Someone in the subs Discord put it best. Waiting to figure out what the best deck is in Marvel Snap usually equates to people figuring out which deck's the best Leech deck. And Thanos, there's been a lot of Thanos Leech around lately. As people came back around to realizing that, yeah, that deck's still great. I assume Kitty Pryde is not going to come back until the patch on the 18th at this point. Assuming there's no issues, we're going to get a patch on the 18th, and I assume they need a patch to get her back into action. The spin that causes smiley face pop-ups. Yeah, you click on the card, and then over here in the bottom right, there's an option. You can react on individual cards. There are balance changes coming Thursday. No, the weekly balance changes start with the patch on the 18th. So, just Snow Guard releasing tomorrow, and then we'll have balance changes starting the 18th forward through the end of May. All right, Cyclops and Surfer both dodge the Ice Ban, which is great for us. So I get to go Cyclops, Wasp, Surfer. And then Cyclops is 7, Wasp is 5, and then Surfer kicks each of these up 4, so this ends up 9 total. So I'm adding 9, 15, 17 here in the middle. We're going up to 25. Yeah, and even me saying Kitty's likely coming back on the 18th, just to be clear, that is speculation. They've not confirmed that, but that's definitely the soonest she'll be back. We get got by a Hawk in the middle, right? There's only 3 cards in my deck. Yeah, I got him. If the real Mysterio's there, we're still up. The old fake Mysterios being 4 points bigger than the real one. Wow, they didn't play for middle. Interesting.
Victory.
Felt all right. I need to run to the restroom, chat. I'm gonna hit an ad roll while I do. Everyone will see in about 120 seconds. BRB. We're gonna play some more of this when we get back. The boys are off at school today, so I had to run to a different floor of the house to use the bathroom, because one of them was in the one down here. They don't have the day off because it was Easter, but they have the day off because it was Easter. Weird how all of those ones line up with the Christian holidays. What's going on, Thomas? Appreciate the 43 months. Welcome back. I'm not saying it was Easter, but it was Easter. EJ Faye, thank you for the 5 months. Good morning, good morning. Ooh, so I'm actually not gonna play Misty Knight because either of these two coming into play would be bad for us, so I'd rather either of these come into play off Sakar here. I wanna make this more likely. Or these less likely, I should say.
Wind, aid my hand.
Well, ain't that a bag of dicks? Patches typically roll out morning US time on the day of the patch. Is generally typical. We'll do this for now. And we're hoping to draw 3 drops the next 2 turns. What do you do for a living before content production? Nah, not a sensitive topic at all. I have a graduate degree and an undergraduate degree in mathematics. I spent time teaching at the high school and college level. I also spent time doing software development for a Fortune 50 company. Sorry, not software, data and process automation. Words and stuff are hard. That I like teaching. I did. I mean, anybody who at least starts off teaching does it because they like it, because we pay teachers shit here in the United States, so. You don't necessarily stick with it because you love it, but you at least start off because you love it.
Escaped.
Yeah, I was certified to teach high school in Illinois when I finished undergrad and did student teaching. I decided that teaching high school was not something that I wanted to do. So I went and got a graduate degree to put off getting a real job for a little while longer. What's going on, Sassy? Thanks for the half a year. And Gibble, thanks for the 5 months. Is our heat good enough to stay? Sure, let's spew. The Factor promo ended over the weekend. Is in fact an electrostat. Hey, enjoy your cube. A deck that I used to climb off stream. It's on my Twitter. The Century Darkhawk Zabu deck. So, after thinking about it more and actually playing the games, originally I was going to stop retreating, but honestly, people play this game so fucking slow. If I stop retreating when the game is done, I'm gonna play like a third as many games as I play when I leave when it's clear that we're dead. So I don't think I can bring myself to actually not retreat because it would just take way too fucking long. People just tank way too much in this game. Just absolutely glacial. Oh, if you signed up for Factor using my code a couple weeks back, Rage, drop me an email or a DM here on Twitch, and I can still get you the sub gift for that. It's just no longer open to new signups. So slide in my DMs, and I'll get you taken care of after the stream today. Okay. 16, I think we're a little short though. It's only 9, 11. We're one short. Oof. Close. Going on, Chuki. Thanks for the 3.5 years. Morning, good morning. Almost afternoon. 3 minutes off of the afternoon here in the cornfields. Like a Thanos gamer. Someone had asked earlier, by the way, or said they weren't expecting wave out of the Thanos deck. You 100% should expect wave out of Thanos decks. Some of the Thanos variations play a death wave version of Thanos, and even the ones that don't play the death wave tend to play wave as a turn 5 lockout for against the bounce decks, as well as with She-Hulk. Which is, again, one of the many reasons why Sandman is an unnecessarily frustrating and hateful card. We already have Wave to make it so bounce decks get shit on turn 5. We don't need Sandman to do it as well. Please, Second Dinner, have mercy. I think Galactus is a fucking terrible purchase because the card is mind-numbingly boring to play. But some people are into that sort of thing. If you think Galactus would not be mind-numbingly boring for you to play, it's probably a fine pickup. But I personally find the play patterns of that very dry and unenjoyable. It's a very, very subjective measurement. By the stats, Galactus is not a very good deck right now, but that doesn't stop people from playing it. It's like the 3rd most popular deck on the ladder at higher ranks. doing this. That's just like Patriot Mystique. Mystique's just the better player. I guess this only adds 12 on the left. They could probably beat us there. I think you're supposed to retreat here when playing optimally. I'm gonna give Fran another 5 seconds here before I retreat to offer them a free cube. Should we play Patriot out on the off chance we drew Surfer? Yeah, maybe. We've been able to win the left that way? We'd have actually beaten Thanos on the left that way, huh? Because we'd have been +6 over there. Yes, it's much easier to say the matchmaking is rigged and pairs you into bad matchups than it is to say, hey, I need to get better at snapping and retreating. There was a 2,000 upvote thread of people who are unaware of what the words confirmation bias means, commiserating how much the matchmaking was rigged against them. Thanks, Scorpion. Appreciate you. You're the real MVP.
Wind, aid my hand.
Victory.
So, as a word of advice / encouragement,
Shiny logo.
for people that have felt like you are getting better at snapping and are still kind of struggling with it, in my opinion, and this is one of the reasons why I dislike these cards, the prevalence of Leech and Galactus actually have made it harder to snap optimally, because you can no longer just look at your cards and the board and the locations and be like, oh, I'm in a strong position, I should snap, because the rules of the game might get changed on you dramatically mid-game. Galactus is basically like someone showing up to your game of Marvel Snap and flipping the game board over and saying, no, we're playing checkers now. The rules of engagement become drastically different. And the rise of those cards, you'll still do better with proper snapping, but proper snapping is a thing that's harder to do and less rewarding in a world where those cards have become popular. Which is sad in a way, because it, in my opinion, it removed this pretty skill testing part of the game where you got rewarded for being able to evaluate the position you were in, but that's now no longer possible. You have Shuri pinned, and she drops the series stream, and she dropped 2,000 tokens. I actually don't know the answer to that question. I've heard people say yes, but I've never seen it confirmed from Second Dinner or a screenshot, so take it with a grain of salt. To say there's no matchmaking shenanigans is awfully ignorant. No, you know what's awfully fucking ignorant? Goddamn motherfuckers like you coming into my chat and telling me that they think Second Dinner is lying to them. Listen, chat, if you trust Second Dinner so little that you think they are lying to you point blank when they tell you that this is how matchmaking works, you should fucking go play something else. Like, I cannot fathom why you would continue to put your time and your money into a video game where you think the developers think you're so fucking stupid and worthless that they're gonna lie to you point blank. Second Dinner has never given us a reason to think that they are lying to us directly. They give us lawyer speak answers, and they give us non-answers, and sometimes they say fucking nothing, but they don't lie to us directly. Like, that's not a thing. It's just not something that's happening. Deck-based matchmaking conspiracy is a goofy joke, right? It's something that a lot of people really believe that we've been told point blank doesn't happen. And because I know there's always new people in here, and new people, they get a little bit put off by me taking a hardline stance on bullshit like this. If you think conspiracy theories like the matchmaking's rigged against me and they're lying to you are harmless, I would really encourage you to Google Flat Earth to QAnon pipeline. There's no such thing as a harmless conspiracy theory. They lead to deeper bullshit all of the time, and you have to stomp that shit out and make it clear that it's not welcome in your community, or you're gonna invite all sorts of other bullshit in.
Escape.
And by the way, if you're someone that's ever seen something negative about this stream in places like Reddit, remember that there were like 3,000 people that upvoted conspiracy theories like we just talked about stomping out here, and those people get really fucking offended when I point out how nonsensical they are. Because I'm not nice when I point out how nonsensical they are. And there's a message like that. Don't trash talk Jeff's source of income. Fuck you. You think I'm defending this position because this game makes me money? CC man, thanks for the half year. For the record, chat, for people, because I know there's a lot of new people here, Magic the Gathering was my job for 4 years before Marvel Snap, 4.5 years. I am literally blacklisted by Wizards of the Coast as a company. They won't fucking work with me because of the shit I said about them and their game. And whenever they stepped in it, I called them out on it. So the idea that I can't say stop with your bullshit and monetarily incentivized and not your stuff is bullshit is just like I get it, you're a greedy piece of shit that you would only ever call something out if it was profitable for you to do so, but that's not what's going on here. Yeah, I criticize things about Snap all the time. I'm just not here to tolerate conspiracy bullshit. Thanks for the sub gift, right, Nova? Yep. Well, I'm like, that's the other thing too, right? The people, it doesn't. There's. All right, we're gonna wrap this rant up. We're gonna close it out by talking about. Let's talk about one thing real quick here, and then we're gonna move on from this topic. Let's stop for a second and say, hey, Kung, thank you for the 6 months in advance. I plan to be here. Thanks for keeping me around. Let's stop for a second and say the conspiracy theories are correct. Let's play devil's advocate. Why on God's green earth, what incentive does Second Dinner have to make it so your deck pairs into other similar decks, gives you more mirror matches? Why would they make their system do something that is an explicitly negative experience? Their fucking goal is to get you to play as much Marvel Snap as humanly possible. They want you to never log out and be checking the shop and playing games and all this other stuff. Nothing that they're gonna do is gonna create this explicitly negative experience that's frustrating and makes you want to play less. Like, there's no upside there. Second, the second conspiracy theory, matchmaking pairs you into decks that counter your deck. There's 2 people in every fucking game of Marvel Snap, and if it's pairing someone into a deck that they counter, the person on the other side is getting a good matchup. So the idea that everybody's getting bad matchups by design literally is not fucking possible. Because in every matchup that's polarized, there's one person over here that has the good polarized matchup, and there's another person over here that has the bad polarized matchup. You can't give everybody bad matchups all of the time. It's not how it works. It's just, and then past all of it, it's so much work to do these things. Why would they put so much energy into figuring out how to make their game worse? Why would they do that? Why would they spend dev time making a worse user experience? They have so many fucking things they need to work on and fix. Like, it's a lot of money in dev time to create a fundamentally worse experience. Like, it's all nonsense from top to bottom. And at the end of it, do you know why these conspiracy theories happen? Because the alternative to these conspiracy theories is taking a look on the inside and going, holy shit, I'm hard stuck at rank 30 because I suck at Marvel Snap. Is it that I suck? No, it's the matchmaking that's rigged. It couldn't be that I suck, it's the matchmaking that's rigged. That's why these things are popular, because the alternative to this conspiracy for a lot of people is I'm bad and have to get better. Nygo's alert. Thank you for the half a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Well, London's not terrible for us. Hey, Vicaroo, thanks for the 5 months. And a secret boss. Thanks for being here for a third of a year. All right, what are the 4 things I'm copying? Is it 4? Are we debrising? What if we debris? I don't know if debris is the right play, but it's the fun play. And finally, to the person that said, all these game companies do this, this isn't just Marvel Snap. They're all out to get you and they're all lying to you. If you genuinely believe that Second Dinner is lying to you and they can't be trusted and that the system is rigged, you're still an idiot because you should be playing something else. If you genuinely believe that and you continue to give them your time and your money, the problem is still you. It's still very much a you problem. When you're playing a deck, you're more aware of the cards that can be in it, so that allows you to easily identify you when you're against a similar deck. I mean, not only that, but again, just like the lizard brain factor of human beings inherently remember negative experiences better than they remember positive or neutral experiences because it's a survival thing, an evolutionary trait. Mirror matches are an inherently negative thing, so players remember that inherently negative thing more than they remember the average things. It's confirmation bias.
Victory.
Yeah, exactly. Most of it's just mental gymnastics. Drip, thanks for the 6 months in advance. The second of those this morning. Appreciate you keeping me around. I plan to be here. We bassed into Brood here in the middle. People also tend to remember the rematches they lost more than the ones they dominated. Yeah, because losing's an inherently negative experience. Woohoo! Oh, that's a good one. Hey, C-Dub, thanks for the prime. Appreciate it. That's another thing, and this is a matchmaking thing. When I near infinite rank, I only hit the same 20 or so different players. That's a big part of that facet too, right? People are like, oh, I keep hitting the same mirror match, but also I played the same opponent 3 out of my last 6 games. And we both happen to be playing the same deck, and neither of us changed for those 3 repairings is another thing. Like, that is a problem with matchmaking. And that's one that I've talked about at length a lot of the time, right? Like, the constantly repairing in to the same person. Like, I shouldn't play the same person twice in a row. God forbid 3 or 4 times in a row like happens sometimes. That's a failure in matchmaking, and that's demonstrably an issue. Yes, it is a completely valid and separate issue that contributes to the conspiracy theories. Yeah. Because a lot of people don't pay attention to that distinction or thing that happens, whatever you want to call it. That's looking good. Oh, sorry. Bast looking good here, I meant to say. Yeah, I mean, I won't dispute that at all. Getting hit by counter cards in Snap, it feels tough, especially the really polarizing counter cards. Like Sandman, Leech, those are incredibly polarizing counter cards. They feel bad to play into. Iceman hit our ideal card here, because we're going to play Mystique after this Patriot anyways. Lovely. Really need like a Brood or a Debris or a Cyclops. Use these Patriots to do something for us. How do I play Patriot Mystique to the same leg? It doesn't matter. In this matchup, they're the bounce deck. There's no Enchantress here. Hood. What if I Juggernaut Wasp Surfer? Do we have priority here? Punt the center. We could lose to a Darkhawk on the left as possible. Because my Cyclops is only going to be a 10. Yeah, a 10. I certainly have 3 cards in my deck. I think we're good here. I guess I could fill the board to the point where I can't Patriot them out of Kudlon. But if we get rid of at least 1 card. No, we have... Oh, they have priority. I missed priority. Yeah, you're right. We might lose the Angela. No, I guess the Angela is only going to 13? I guess we only tie then, right? No, we're going to 9 plus 6. Oh, yeah, looks like we're good. Oh, and Monkey takes our third away. Yeah, good game. Hey, congrats on Series 3 complete, Manatee. I think constant changes like they've suggested sound wonderful. A lot of people, when they hear weekly updates in a card game, where their brain goes is they're gonna change the metagame every single week with this big sweeping balance patch that breaks something. I think if they do that, then they're bad and they don't work. However, if they do weekly balance changes well, I think they're going to be incredible and exactly what Marvel staff needs to keep gameplay fresh and fun. There's no reason why they can't take 1 or 2 of the cards that see no play or play with terrible win rates and make them slightly better every single week. Hushman, thanks for the 2.5 years. Welcome back. And Corrosion, thanks for the 48 months. And this is, you know, this is the Galactus squeeze, basically. Do I assume they're Galactus and play Debris, or do I Juggernaut assuming they're, like, the ramp deck? The existence of Galactus and the ramp deck make it harder to play around this. And it's not like I outplayed my opponent here. Like, I didn't do anything skillful. I just, like, guessed and flipped a coin, and I happened to have flipped the coin correctly, so it looks like we're likely to win. Like, I don't feel like I made an important decision or outplayed my opponent here. It's not even if we win this, it's not really a particularly satisfying win. I'm gonna Bast here, so that way they don't know Patriot is coming for the rock. Are we gonna lose to Destroyer? Shoot, I guess we lose to Destroyer, huh? I don't know if there's much we can do about that. They don't have it, so we won. And you see, I basically never feel like I made a good decisions. Like I didn't win this game because I made good choices or because my opponent made bad choices. I like won a coin flip on which deck they were playing and then they didn't draw the Destroyer. Juggernaut is better against a not Galactus deck there because it lets me draw with the Asgard. For the previous game for the people that were confused. Aren't coin flips kind of fun for a vast majority of casual players? I think it depends on the outcome of the game. If the entirety of your game basically revolves around did you win the coin flip or not, no, I don't think that tends to be fun for most people. If there's like some type of big setup moment, I think it could be a not unreasonable thing. A match occasionally coming down to a coin flip can be fun. A matchup on average only being decided by coin flips is not. Does that make sense? So it's not to say that coin flips are inherently bad. It's to say that if the only thing that matters is a flip every single time a matchup plays out, that's probably not a very good play pattern. It's the all or nothing facet of it. If I do this, and then next turn we go Mystique here, Mysterio here, we have a 7-power Mysterio in the middle. I think I like it. Storm can end the game. Yeah, that's true. I don't think I want to end the game, though. I think we're pretty well set up to play a longer game here. I don't think I want to Storm Limbo, chat.
Opponent snapped.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Chat, I'm having flashbacks. Please. The PTSD. Oh, we even drew the Surfer. We even drew the Surfer. Would have gotten to go Mystique the Patriot into Surfer. Throwback. The old timers.
Escape.
I played the deck today, then we got to Infinite. We played it a little bit at the start of the stream. Maybe we'll try and play it some more before we switch over to Unite, but we had a pretty bad run with it to start, so I switched off of it. Non-subs, looks like it's about that time. As always, if you want to dodge the ads and get around slow mode, you can subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you in 120 seconds. BRB. What's going on, Jakey Bacon? Good? You need something? Just say hi. See ya. Any chance you some Witcher 3 on stream? Probably not. If you look up on the Jeff Hoagland YouTube channel, there's actually a full playthrough of the entire main storyline as well as both DLCs that I did back in the day. But I don't know that that's what I want to get into on stream again. It's a very long game. Torres, thank you for the third of a year. Welcome back. Matt, thank you for the 4 years. Appreciate the 4-8. I think if we get one more decent game with this, I can post a highlight with it later this week. So we're gonna try and get one more good game with this, and then we'll give the deck I climbed to Infinite with another chance. Drew's Deja Vu, thank you for the 6 months. Welcome back. Do your odds for Inked go up a significant amount every split? Not a significant amount, a very small amount. You technically can't get the exact same split twice, but otherwise, no, you only loosely have a 10% chance to get Inked. Nice, Fairly. Yeah, Unite's a great game to play duos. This season is the first season I climbed to Masters in Unite full solo queue. All previous seasons I'd done duos or 5 stacks. So I did that as a challenge off stream and it was fun. We actually took the kids to see the Mario movie yesterday, Mod. It was weird. I don't know that it was bad, but weird's a good descriptor. I wasn't expecting them to like go through the Vorthos of how Mario gets into the Mushroom Kingdom from reality, and I still don't quite know how I feel about it. Mike Scarborough, thanks for the Prime. Yeah, the kids enjoyed it. Even Haley sat through the whole thing. We brought her with expecting to need to take her out of the theater at some point, and she stuck through the whole thing. Hey, thanks for the 21 months, Chewbacca. Alright, just get to like keep basting here. We'll have to decide, do we want to storm something next turn, or do we want to try and play for Asgard? Think I'm gonna debris into Jug in the middle here. Is my plan. If we'd drawn something we could bast, we'd have basted, but oh my god. Oh shit. They are deep underground. What if we go Mysterio into Brood? I guess that puts us negative over here. I think I can afford to punt that. I'm beating Dr. Doom. I'm beating Dr. Doom. They could also have She-Hulk here. I'll stay for a cube. She-Hulk in the middle. The good news is we're farming Storm Boosters with this deck. I'd like to split her again. Oh, Crimson Cosmos is not great for us, obviously. Okay. Now, the real Mysterio in Shuri's lab does have 8 stats. So this is 16 here. They might have a hard time getting into Crimson Cosmos as well with backs, honestly. So Debris. Jessica Jones. Patriot and see where we end up at. Or are they also a surfer deck? I think we just do this. Feeling okay.
Victory.
Yeah, solid. We're gonna end up with 8, 9 here in the middle. And then over here on the left, we're gonna go up. Oh, I guess this is technically fake power on the Mysterio. We'll be at 12 from Cyclops with this. And then we'll be at 8, so that's 20. And this is 26, 28, 30, 34 here. So we'll be up 16. And then we're ahead here. And then we're technically adding stats over here too, right? Mystique adds 4 more here up to 9, and then Surfer adds 4 more here up to 13. Yeah, nice. Alright. Let's try a few more games with the deck I played to Infinite off stream this weekend. It was reasonable into the Sinister London feature location. I don't know if it's good otherwise, though. I'm shocked at how many of the same players I see over and over at my low level. Yeah, so part of the problem with Marvel Snap's current matchmaking from the outside looking in is that it feels like the MMR bands are too tight, which causes basically every player to end up in the same pocket meta with the same small number of people. Hey, Thuxor, thank you for the 1.5 years. Appreciate it. Do you have a video with tips on snapping better and play better retreat from what-if situations? I don't really have what-if videos. Those types of things tend to not be popular in my experience. They also are situations that quickly get out of date as the meta updates and changes. All right, so I think this is a Hood into Debris into Beast our friend's back. And then we can Viper across the rock over here.
Wind.
Okay, Storm flipping out of the X-Mansion is flavorful. Strong Guy's not great for us. Do I want to try and compete here? Morbius is a tough one to compete with. I want to overfill my hand, though, and I don't really want to play Goose into the negative zone, so I think we just do this. Hey, Angry Alien, thanks for the prime. Appreciate it. Good hits for them. They put Hela in their deck for some reason. Thanks. And then unfortunately, we're dead here because of Sentry. Maybe I'm supposed to save the Carnage for the last turn. It's always the Infantis card anyways, right? Well, they have 6 cards in their hand. We could do this and hope that they can't beat this, but it's unlikely. They could have a ton of swarms in hand, yeah, that's true. I think we're supposed to stay. Yeah, it might have been right to save my Carnage for the last turn here because of
Victory.
Because of the Sentry. Was Pokemon Unite. Pokemon Unite is a Pokemon MOBA that's available on Android, iOS, and Nintendo Switch. Think League of Legends or Dota, but with the Pokemon IP. In a former life before doing Snap here as our full-time bit for the last little bit, I was a part of the Pokemon Unite broadcast team for their first Championship Series esports year. Was on their Worlds broadcast in London last year. Yeah, I'm gonna play from the Switch today, Chaos Hat. You think Unite is more like HOTS than Dota / League? So I've never played Dota League or HOTS, but from people that I've talked to, that's the impression that I get. It simplifies a lot of things in the MOBA space. How do credits convert to collector's tokens on average? Poorly. Could be worth a snap here if we felt like gambling. Favorite Pokemon to play in Unite? I largely one-tricked Decidueye to Masters this season in Pokemon Unite. But I've been playing a little bit of some Zoomer Dragon Pokemon they added recently. It's been fun as a defender. Goodra. Yeah, that's the one. Jungle Owl. No, when I play Decidueye, you play attack weight stacking in the bottom path for it. I assume they're leaving right now. I probably should have snapped the turn 3 debris with the Viper. Do items still give you an advantage for maxing them with stats? Items in Pokemon Unite never gave you that much of an advantage, but they did add extra ways to get them incidentally maxed. A lot of the Pokemon Unite is pay to win type crap that went around the internet when it first released was largely nonsensical bullshit, a lot like the stuff that talks about Marvel Snap being pay to win. This is my Shang-Chi. There are many like him, but this one is mine. Target, feels good, man.
Victory.
I think the Taskmaster Mystique change was good just because it changed the behavior to feel more intuitive, which is definitely a net positive. I'll step them here. Pretty good spot here. Hood into Zabu, into Sentry, into Viper, the thing across, plus Black Widow them in the middle. Little worrisome maybe that they're playing a Hood deck as well. They could also have Carnage, which wouldn't be great for us. Well, shit. They didn't Cosmo Karmartage. And they Cosmoed here so I could Sentry here later? It's like Christmas, shit. It's like Christmas. You think they're Galactus? No way. They just chose not to play the Widow's Bites out? Smart. I think I want a Sentry here and Demon here so they don't have a free Spider-Man or whatever lane. Or sorry, free Professor X lane. They're also losing Plunder Castle incidentally with this Hood here still. And this Jessica Jones double triggered on Karmartage, so Shang-Chi is gonna get to KO her next turn. Oh, they couldn't Professor X here anyways, right? Because of Goose? Yeah, I didn't need to play the Demon. Could have waited on that. The upside to playing the Demon out is if I draw Dark Hawk, I can Shang-Chi plus Dark Hawk. We should be good to go here. We've thoroughly gummed them up. Cosmo's working for someone, shit. It's definitely not my opponent, but he's working for someone. Our Hawk is 10.
Victory.
Hey chat, Untapped has rolled out their personal stats for their deck tracker. The Untapped tracker is the thing that's above my head here. If you haven't checked them out, you can grab it using my affiliate link there. I get 1 USD anytime anybody installs the tracker using my link there. So if you haven't checked them out and you want an easy way to support my content, clicking on that link and installing it on your PC is a great way to do it. Great piece of software. The tracker is free, yes. And if you're asking yourself, well, Jeff, how can they afford to pay you if the tracker is free? It's because when you use the tracker, you provide data for them. So everybody, all those stats I pull up on Untapped, those are provided by people using their tracker. So you get a good piece of software for free, and everybody else gets to see metagame data from what you're playing. Obviously not your individual stats, but you get added into the lump in the group, right? Everything that gets tracked. Untapped does not sell your personal information, and to the person that just implied it in chat, fuck you. I vet my sponsors thoroughly, and I explicitly turn down money from grifters and cheapskates that are going to do shitty things with the product that they're advertising. And it's honestly kind of fucking offensive that you would accuse me of promoting a sponsor that would do that. I have literally turned down over 6 figures in sponsorships over the years from places like cryptocurrency and other bullshit that are doing things that they shouldn't. Unfortunately, Viper swung and she missed there. You win some, you lose some. What's the release schedule for cards? It's in the news section if you're on mobile. GG, I was the Viper. Tomorrow is not Jeff. Tomorrow, unfortunately, is Snowguard. Not a particularly exciting release. I would be happy to be proven wrong, but I'm mostly expecting tomorrow's release to be a flop. Hey, Tech Silence, thanks for the prime. Something I've often talked about on the channel, because we're pretty transparent about the money side of my job here. Chat, it's important to talk about money with the people that you work with, because you and your coworkers not discussing what your salaries are is a capitalistic ploy to pay all of you less. But anywho, the 3 highest paying sponsorships in this industry that I work in are mobile games like Marvel Snap that have gacha loot boxes, cryptocurrency, and casinos. Those 3 things pay the most. What about Raycon? Raycon is not a company that I personally have worked with, but I would assume their rates are at least an appropriate amount for how much they sponsor in the space.
Escaped.
Yeah, my manager's good people, nice boy. Sean knows the ins and outs of the industry. Yeah, Raycon is bigger on the YouTube side. Raid Shadow Legends is a gacha loot box game. They pay some of the highest rates in the industry because they're a gacha loot box game. But VPNs that are all over the place. The VPN sponsorships tend to be more middle of the road type things, but on average, a lot of the VPN sponsors tend to be more long-term opportunities. So things that have more longevity, you're typically willing to take a slightly lower rate on because you're getting that lower payment over a longer period of time, right? They're paying for more timing, if that makes sense. Hander Moander, thank you for the 11 months. Welcome back. And Cube Donor, thank you for the 3rd of a year. Loot box games like Raid and Genshin are pretty insidious. As someone who has spent hundreds of hours playing both Raid Shadow Legends and Genshin Impact, I actually think it's a little bit offensive to lump Genshin Impact in with Raid Shadow Legends. The way those 2 games are monetized are not remotely similar. I was actually shocked the first time I played Genshin Impact and it wasn't monetized like Raid Shadow Legends is monetized. I was fully expecting Genshin Impact to be monetized like Raid, and they are not remotely comparable. Do I get contacted by sponsors directly, or are there platforms to find them? So it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. So I have a small management company that I work with that finds sponsors for me on occasion. But then I also have people reach out to me via my inbox. I think we're dead here. These Clutter decks are just like basically 0% against Killmonger. Yeah, Genshin Impact makes giant piles of money because while there are loot boxes in it, Genshin Impact is also just easily one of, if not the highest quality third-person action RPG you'll ever play. They take a significant amount of the money that they make and reinvest it back into the game. No, I don't currently have any VPN sponsors, Silence. I have worked with Thor in the past, though. Is it human nature that we like predatory stuff more? So, we've talked about Runeterra stuff in the past. So, and Marvel stat players are very familiar with this. It is only natural / expected that every card game / lifestyle game is eventually going to have a bad meta or stale something or other that makes a number of people stop enjoying it in the short term. And the thing that predatory economies in games do is that a predatory economy can keep your players playing your game even when they don't enjoy the metagame for the sake of continuing to advance in the economy. Because one of the things that happens with these lifestyle games is once someone stops playing one of these games that you're intended to like play every day for extended periods of time, it's hard for them to get back into it. Once someone's foot's out the door, they're out. Holy fucking shit, that expansion diff. Good fucking God, man. I have a family, bro. I'm just trying to feed them, and this is... Speaking of feeding my family, Mr. 3000 the movie, thank you for the 52 months. I appreciate the almost 4.5 years. Welcome back. Yeah, usually I expect someone to buy me dinner before that happens. Oof. Okay, I guess we fill the right now, so that way we can send Shuri, because we're not going to have a way to clear the thing.
Escaped.
Or not. So I used this deck to climb from 97 to infinite yesterday while the kids were playing outside and I was sitting on the patio. But it also was the Sinister London feature location yesterday, which made debris a little bit better. I don't know if this deck is bad generically, but it was probably better into the feature location. Oh, Goose locked the Crimson Cosmos. Yeah, that's true. I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, maybe that was fine. Our hand's definitely a scotch awkward here to start. Yep. Hey, what's going on, Jamari? Thank you for re-upping for the second month. I will manually sync the Discord now. And then if you were in it previously, you should regain access here right away. It just removes your role to see channels.
Clear for takeoff.
Should be back for you in a second here. All right, so there's a non-zero chance they fill this right side path here. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and sequence like this. So that way if they fill and I can't Viper this across, we get to go ahead and just eat these out. All right, looks like the good stuff deck. Dangerously close on the right here. I think it's just this. Did Second Dinner explain why the dailies don't use the old times after summer went into effect? Yeah, because not everybody's on DST.
Victory.
Thoughts on the +5 levels on rank up? I think they're good. I think they're a positive change. I think removing some of the grind tedium is a net positive for the game overall. Hawk left and Goose right loses to Dr. Doom, right, Duck? New people mean +5 on ranked. And when you hit a new 10 point on ranks for the first time, you get 50 free cubes now. It's the TLDR. Oh, they are Thanos. Stack these in over here. Okay. Oh, Olympia hurts our Hawk. Play Goose over here, and then we can send Shuri and Shang next turn. We're probably good to go here, right? Puts us to 15 on the left, and Goose is locking them out. And we're at 26 on the right, plus 22 there.
Victory.
I mean, Sentry is good against Leech. Not that. We had the right side blocked out anyways to play around that, but still. I guess it's gonna be a tee up a Carnage on the right. That doesn't really matter because we're like turn 5 Carnaging here anyways. Drop Demon in the middle, try and hit the Eternity range over to their side. Ooh, that's a sick Wasp. Black Crackle with the gold back. Love it. Whoa, their deck is like all ball and stuff. Slick. So the 44-month sporadic. Us gubbing up their board here a good bit. Should be good for us though. Running out of spaces. Where do I want to play for is the question. Do I want to play for Xandar or do I want to play for the Eternity range? I think I want to play for the Eternity range. And then we'll Carnage here next turn. I guess it could be a Carnage deck too. Snap from them. But I'm probably trying to figure out, are they supposed to hit Monkey this turn or not? The Grand Central. Right, that was created by Moon Girl, so they have another hit Monkey, so I think we're dead. We are supposed to retreat here. I'm gonna pump up some cubes here. If your background music is distorted, that is a bug with Twitch's encoding process. You should refresh the stream. We have so many pretty demons. God, the demon looks so good with the gold background. Also makes you want to split my head again. All right, non-subs, it's about that time. We're gonna be doing some more stat for another half hour or so. Appreciate everybody hanging out. We're gonna take an ad roll now though. As always, if you want to get around slow mode and not see the adverts on the channel, subscribing for free even with your Twitch Prime is a great way to do that. Otherwise, we'll see you in 2 minutes. Need to figure out how exactly I want to space ad rolls during the other games that we're doing. Spacing ad rolls during Unite shouldn't be too bad, because they're 10-minute games, so we can just like take a 30 to 60-second ad break in between games while the queue goes. So I can take a minute to find a game. How close am I to an all gold deck? I think I have an all gold deck at this point. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, I've got 16. I don't know that I have a cohesive all gold deck. I have a cohesive all ink deck. I don't think I have cohesive all gold yet. Talk, thank you for the quarter of a year. Our gold's more rare than ink. So kind of, you only have a 10% chance to get gold or inked when you split a card, but your first chance to get a gold background is your 5th split, and your first chance to get it inked is your 4th split. So technically similar odds, but you have 1 chance to get inked before you have a chance to get gold. I would be incredibly surprised if the hood's stats and play metrics are problematic. And I don't know that I would argue for changing a card if it doesn't seem like it has problematic stats. I think the hood's a pretty reasonably fair and balanced card. I haven't seen stats to imply otherwise. You ever gotten a gold before inked? Yeah, all the time. Very, very common. The sad realization I'm having is how often you say we're supposed to leave now and then just send it. Oftentimes I also just send it, but I'm not infinite. Yeah, but and my calling out when we're supposed to retreat is me trying to convey to you at home when you should be leaving, but I'm not, for the sake of a mixture of content and pulling my MMR down. Hey, not Tojuko, thanks for the 5 months, appreciate it.
Opponent snapped.
I think I'm doing this. That was not the cartage I wanted for Christmas. That being said, we could go ahead and fill this and grab our 0 cost while still putting some amount of power here. Second Dinner has confirmed that there will be changes to the card Shuri in the upcoming patch. They've not confirmed what those changes will be, but we know that there are changes to this card coming on the 18th. You want a leader left? That could be the line. That's... Here's a good shot this wins. I will say I've enjoyed that most of the Shuri decks have moved away from Arnim Zola because the coin flips at the end of the game with Arnim Zola are some incredibly unsatisfying gameplay. I am not a fan. Frisky Oreo, thanks for the 5 months. A lot of those games just come down to pure flips. Will people that paid for the season pass get a free variant as well? Yeah, I'd assume so. Usually you don't want to screw the people that paid you money.
Oh, snap.
Does the react button do anything useful for you? No, I don't use the react button feature on Twitch at all. Just pretend it doesn't exist. This was a great draw because now next turn I get to go debris into Hood into Carnage over here. I will say getting to Beast Debris is one of my favorite Marvel stat pastimes. Huh? Is it this now? Do we just want to play around wave by filling everything in here? Yeah, it's unfortunate. If Viper had hit the 50-50 for us, I think we get this. I think only going up to 13 here is not good enough. Is it? Your deck doesn't play a lot of big things. I'm staying. There's no way they stay if this beats them because they know the demon is here. But I have the goose on the left here. So they can't like She-Hulk here and then play something else here. I've got an MMR to tank. Come take my cubes. I think this might even be a right stay if we're not tanking. Close game. Arrow is the biggest thing they could do there, right? So we'd have won this position if Viper would have won the coin flip. Because we'd be 15 and they'd be 8, so there'd be a 4-point swing here. The MMR snapshot is coming next patch. A lot of people, when they posted their roadmap, were really bad at reading what was coming when in the roadmap. Everybody seems to have thought just like everything in the roadmap was happening the patch immediately following, which is just very much not the case. They should have played arrow left. They couldn't play arrow left. There was a goose on the left. I wonder how infinite players only playing infinite players will affect the climb to rank 100. I am expecting it to become harder to climb to infinite when infinite players only play other infinite players. Infinite. Infinite players regularly throw games because they don't care about their cubes. There will be less people spewing. It's going to be harder to climb. I assume they're filling the raft this turn. Yeah, the inks on the Thanos too. Sweet. This is I'm filling the raft snap, right? Based on the untapped stats, for example, Shuri's play rate drops 12%. Looking at infinite gamers versus non-infinite gamers, it drops a lot. Yeah, Viper rate could lock up the right here for us for sure. Our deck literally never beats Killmonger. Are there any decks that beat Thanos? No, not consistently. The Thanos deck does not have any natural counters. It does too many things too efficiently. The Thanos deck basically isn't attackable as long as it has Leech. Clutter decks do okay into Thanos. Were you not watching me just get Killmongered by the Thanos deck there? Were you perhaps looking away when I said we could never beat the card that they played out? This is a bot. Not only are they playing a movement deck, but this is a bot split. It's a border with no background.
Escaped.
Do I want to beast the hood, or do I want to viper the hood right away? I think I'm beasting the hood and we'll viper it later. Matthias is also a bot. I really wish I was given the option to not queue into bots once I'm infinite. Like such a waste. I'd be cheeky and play this goose on the left. Rip. Are the bots created by second dinner? Yeah, that's a good question. I always forget there's new people in here. So when I talk about bots, these are bots created by second dinner for the sake of there being faster pairings and stuff on the ladder. Oh, I can play left with my 0. That's true. I should have put the court there. That's fine. We should be good to go regardless, but...
Opponent snapped. Oh, snap.
Yeah, the bots serve a purpose to put more cubes into the game, but post-infinite, we don't care about cubes, right?
Victory.
Socials. If you're looking for my socials, I'm just Jeff Hoagland everywhere. Makes it easy to find me. Exclamation point Insta. I do not Insta. Do I still cast you? I do not. Actually, this will be the first time we've played Unite on stream since Marvel Snap came out. Been away for a second. Snap's been pippity poppin'. So it's been my primary focus. And if we get sandbanded, we'll leave. Keg snap. I sleep. I sleep, chat. Yeah, they're probably Galactus, right? So this was good against them, kicking the over with the Viper.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, Kang adding 45 seconds to my 4-minute game is not a great experience. Yeah, this Viper took us 11 splits. We are not a casual Viper enjoyer. Animation for it's faster now. Yeah, but it's still pretty slow. Are we dead? We might be dead here. Vestra on the deck. Their deck has 6 cards in it. So this is gonna put us to 18 over here. Which means we do lose to Destroyer here, but we put rocks in their deck and we cut them off of a couple of draws. Mute them here before they play to the Destroyer that beats us. Ooh, they were actually losing. Look at that.
Victory.
Destroyer doesn't win. Destroyer would have broken Nimrod, which would have put a 7-power Nimrod here, and it would have given them Destroyer plus a 7-power Nimrod here. So Destroyer right would have won the game there. All right. little overlapping music there for a second. Oop.